nighthawk.com. Tranquility and beauty are closer than you think. The W.R.L. Azalea Gardens are in full bloom. Come on by. There is no cost. Located at the W.R.L. Television Studios in the heart of Raleigh, come visit today.
In North Carolina, more than 5,000 United Health Group employees are working to make healthcare better and simpler. By changing the way we pay for healthcare to reward quality and affordability. Providing doctors with data and insights to prevent and treat illness. And developing technology that helps consumers manage their own healthcare. These are just a few of the ways we're working to make healthcare more modern, high-performing, and simpler. United Health Group, built for better health.
It's a new day, the start of something big, because Time Warner Cable is now Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be, delivering more free HD than ever before, plus thousands of free on-demand titles. $9.99. With Spectrum Internet, enjoy the fastest starting speeds and a free modem, just $29.99 a month. And with Spectrum Voice Mexico, all with no added taxes or fees, just $29.99 a month. Call 844-3 get it all with no contracts and our 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 844-348-2999. Welcome to
Radio's 11 o'clock news. Congratulations, North Carolina, national champions. Tonight, chemical attack horror, children gasping for air, Assad blamed for a grisly massacre on his own people. One of the deadliest of its kind in Syria's 6-year civil war. Russia investigation diversions, first a wiretap claim without evidence. Now the Trump administration accuses Obama's national security advisor of dirty tricks. Susan Rice fires back only to NBC News. Advertisers revolt on Bill O'Reilly. At least a dozen companies pull their ads following complaints of sexual harassment. Your internet privacy rules rolled back. Internet providers allowed to sell your browsing history without your permission. Tonight, how to shield your information. And front lines here in South Korea, we're with the Americans who could be called into action. Nightly News begins right now.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, reporting tonight from South Korea.
Good evening from Osan Air Base, where we've learned just moments ago from South Korean officials that North Korea has fired a projectile believed to be a ballistic missile into the East Sea, also known as the Sea of Japan. As we showed you last night, those launches are typically identified and tracked here on this base. This move highlights how tense things are in this region and why American troops remain at a high state of readiness. We spent time with some of them today. We'll have more on their training in just a moment. But our top story tonight takes us to another trouble spot overseas, Syria. The world reacting with horror and revulsion to the apparent poison gas attack that has killed dozens of civilians and sickened dozens more. Many of them small children. Assad, but also calling out the Obama administration, suggesting if it had stood up to Assad during its watch, this might not have happened. Now the question is President Trump willing to step in? A word of caution, there are some upsetting images in this report. Richard Engel has the latest.
These disturbing images taken just after the explosion. Witnesses say it was a chemical weapons attack, and in the video it appears to bear all the hallmarks. This boy using all his strength just to breathe. First responders doused the victims with water, stripped off their clothes to wash off what they said was a chemical weapon. Medics and volunteers in this rebel-controlled part of Syria rushed the injured to local clinics. They claim Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's regime fired the banned chemical nerve agent sarin.
The gas attacks are continuing every day, and no one is doing anything to stop these gas attacks.
Other victims were taken to a makeshift clinic built in a cave to protect it. There, a father kissed his daughter goodbye. Nearby, this activist was recording what he was seeing, saying warplanes were still overhead. Then, hospitals are often targeted in this war that respects no conventions. Amazingly, the activist survived. In 2013, the U.S. threatened war, and more than 1,000 people were killed in another alleged chemical attack. President Obama had warned the use of chemical chemical weapons would cross a red line. But when Russia brokered a deal, a U.S. military response never came. In a statement on today's attack, President Trump said these heinous actions by the Bashar al-Assad regime are a consequence of the past administration's weakness. A U.S. intelligence official tells NBC News tonight, while details are still coming in, it appears this was actually a chemical attack. The Syrian army denies it used chemical weapons. Lester?
Richard Engel tonight, thank you. Turning back home to the drama over the Russia investigation and what critics are calling repeated attempts by President Trump and the White House to deflect attention away from it. Their latest target, former Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice. And now Rice is firing back exclusively to NBC's Andrea Mitchell, who has all the details for us.
For more than a month, it's been the tweet that's loomed over the president. Without any evidence, Mr. Trump tweeting, "Terrible, just found out that Obama had my wiretapped in Trump Tower." The charge immediately shot down by Republicans.
Have you seen any evidence that Trump Tower was wiretapped?
No evidence whatsoever.
No such wiretap existed.
Even a rare rebuke from the FBI director.
I have no information that supports those tweets.
James Comey also dropping a bombshell. The FBI is investigating whether Trump associates colluded with Russia in its election year hacking. Then another White House attempt to divert attention from Russia, say critics. The House Intelligence Chairman Devin Nunes claiming he's seen intel that Trump transition officials were swept up in legal surveillance, leading the president to say he felt vindicated.
I somewhat do. I must tell you, I somewhat do.
But Nunes walks back his charge, and the New York Times reports the information he used came from the White House. And tonight, a new focus. The White House going after Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice, who are requesting the names of Trump officials accidentally collected by surveillance be revealed or unmasked. Rice responding to us exclusively tonight.
We only do it to protect the American people, to do our jobs in the national security room.
Now she's under fire from Republican critics.
I believe Susan Rice abused this system, and she did it for political purposes. She needs to be brought in and questioned.
Did you seek the names of people involved to unmask the names of people involved in the Trump transition, the Trump campaign, in order to spy on them? Absolutely, absolutely not for any political purposes, to spy, expose anything.
Did you leak the name of Mike Flynn?
I leaked nothing to nobody.
Is away from the Russia investigation.
I think it is a distraction to go down all of these other alleys, and it won't in the end lead to an answer to the primary question.
And tonight, members of the House Intelligence Committee say Rice is almost certainly to be called as a witness in a widening and now highly politicized investigation. Lester?
Henry Mitchell, tonight after being left for dead in Congress, the White House is trying to revive a plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. It comes after President Trump pondered leaving Obamacare to, in his words, explode. His administration is trying again to reach a deal, but how far are they willing to go to win over holdout Republicans? NBC's Hallie Jackson has details.
Vice President Pence today rallying Republicans to resurrect a health care deal, a new framework rising from the ashes less than 2 weeks after the original crashed and burned.
The President and I remain confident that working with the Congress, we will repeal and replace Obamacare.
So what's the strategy now? Offer to let states ask permission from the government to allow insurers to charge sick people more money to keep costs lower for healthier people. No one could be denied insurance outright, but it may effectively gut the promise of protection for people with pre-existing conditions.
I think this is a Hail Mary pass to bring this legislation back, and it will be, in fact, much more of a radical proposal than the first one.
It's a nod to the political pressure Republicans face to do something on health care, and an olive branch to the holdouts in the Conservative Freedom Caucus, led by Congressman Mark Meadows.
I can tell you negotiations are going on at an extremely fast clip. Is there a vote scheduled? The answer is no. Is there even a consensus that a vote should be scheduled? The answer is no.
I don't want to put some kind of an artificial deadline because we're at that consensual stage.
The president today not mentioning health care to members of a builders union.
And it was about time we had a builder in the White House.
Sticking to his construction comfort zone instead.
Hello, Ivanka.
As his daughter keeps her focus on women in the workforce on Equal Pay Day.
Well, my father wants to create 25 million jobs in this country, and women need to fully participate for that to be realized.
The vice president tonight will be back on the Hill again for more health care talks, but Speaker Paul Ryan won't be there. Assigned House leaders may be letting members work this out on their own. The sense from talking with GOP sources is nobody wants to get out over their skis by promising a plan or a timeline that's not realistic. Lester?
Allie Jackson at the White House tonight. Thank you. The backlash this evening is growing against Fox News star Bill O'Reilly. A slew of advertisers, including some very big names, said today they're pulling their ads for the O'Reilly factor after more complaints of sexual harassment have come to light. NBC's Ann Thompson now with the new fallout.
Bill O'Reilly is rarely at a loss for words.
Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight.
So far, he's said nothing on his show about the growing controversy over off-screen allegations of sexual harassment. But tonight, his advertisers are speaking with their wallets. An exodus of companies, including BMW, Mitsubishi Motors, and drug maker GlaxoSmithKline, all pulling their ads from the O'Reilly factor. Allstate saying in a statement, inclusivity and support for women are important Allstate values. We are concerned about the issues surrounding the program, and we have suspended our advertising. Issues detailed in a New York Times report that found Fox News or O'Reilly paid 5 women $13 million to settle harassment and inappropriate behavior claims against the star anchor.
You've seen companies really speak about their values and their convictions, and that if they're not aligned with Fox News, they're supporting with their dollars, they're going to take those dollars away.
Late today, Fox News said in a statement, we value our partners and are working with them to address their current concerns. Earlier this week in a statement, O'Reilly said his fame made him vulnerable to lawsuits, and that he acted quickly to put to rest any controversies to spare his children. His show is the #1 program on cable news, pulling in more than $100 million a year in ad revenue. More than 350 brands advertised on the show in the first 3 months of this year. Tonight, at least 14 companies have changed their plans as they wait to see what, if any, changes Fox and O'Reilly will make. Ann Thompson, NBC News, New York.
As we said at the top of the broadcast, there is breaking news here in South Korea. Word that North Korea has fired an unidentified projectile into the sea. A new provocation coming a short time after the White House said the clock has now run out and all options are on the table. All of it follows more tough talk from North Korea calling joint U.S.-South Korean military exercises a dress rehearsal for invasion. We tagged along for some of those exercises and found American and South Korean soldiers confident as they focus on countering one of the more persistent threats this region faces. The war being Americans and South Korean troops engage in mock urban combat less than 15 miles from the DMZ, running through the playbook of a potential war that has haunted this peninsula for far too long.
We think that we would see everything from a conventional total war here. We could also experience stability operations after victories, whether it's attack an urban strong point.
As if on cue, Colonel Kleisner is interrupted by a rescue chopper swooping in to pluck mock casualties from a rooftop. The Americans and South Koreans are taking part in an annual joint exercise that Kim Jong-un has long decried as a provocation, but what is seen on this side as a deterrent. Still, the status quo that has gingerly maintained peace is now threatened as Kim Jong-un rushes toward a nuclear missile capability. Every war scenario runs up against the question, what about Seoul? It's expected North Korea would rain down thousands of artillery rounds on this sprawling metropolis, but it will not go unpunished. This is the response, and it's a robust response. Not only American troops, but South Korean troops working hand in hand. The U.S. war plan is to quickly overwhelm and knock out the North's artillery threat. Mobile radar units like this will track the incoming rounds from their source even before they land. You can't shoot what you can't see.
Exactly, sir.
And this allows you to see what's coming down and coming in.
Yes, sir.
The eyes of a sophisticated response. You can track 50 incoming rounds simultaneously.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot.
Yes, sir.
The tracking information is rapidly passed to crews of mobile multiple rocket launch systems like this, the fangs of the response, who quickly aim and fire right back at the source.
This is a very important drill for us to go over and rehearse as many times in different scenarios as possible.
This is what it would look like in action for real. The fact that troops train within a few miles of where they would fight is not lost on them.
How does it change the soldiers? They've driven out there. They've done communications checks from there. They've made sure that they've got all the visibility they need from there. It gives us a sense of purpose.
Like the airmen here at Osan Air Base, American soldiers here in South Korea are hoping their preparation and readiness will give North Korea pause. Still ahead tonight, your internet browsing history up for sale, the repeal that makes it legal without your permission, and what to do if you fear for your privacy.
I'll call back. No one knows your Ford better than Ford and Ford Service.
Right now, during the Big Tire event, get a $140 rebate by mail on 4 select tires.
What if technology gave us the power to turn this enemy into an ally?
Microsoft and its partners are using smart traps to capture mosquitoes and sequence their DNA to fight disease. There are over 100 million pieces of DNA in every sample. With the Microsoft Cloud, we can analyze the data faster than ever before. If we can detect new viruses before they spread, we may someday prevent outbreaks before they begin.
It's the Phillips lady.
Anyone ever have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, or bloating?
She does.
Help defend against those digestive issues. Take Phillips Colon Health Probiotic Caps daily with 3 types of good bacteria. 400 likes? Wow.
Try Phillips Colon Health.
Knowing where you stand has never been easier, except when it comes to retirement. At Fidelity, you get a retirement score in just 60 seconds, and we'll help you make decisions for your plan to keep you on track. It's your retirement. Know where you stand.
Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh Ham has no added nitrates, or artificial preservatives. Now it's good for us all, like those who like sweet, those who prefer heat, and those who just love meat. For those in school, out of school, and old school. Those who like their sandwich with pop, and those who like it with soda. For the star of the scene, and the guys behind it. All the taste you want, nothing you don't. Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh.
Sweet. The running is over for Patricia Jones.
Your Waco past.
The cults were infamous.
Mass suicide.
Their crimes captivating.
Charles Manson is...
Decades later, we talk to those who lived through it. Our special series, this week on Today. A homicide case that captured the country.
People took vacation to watch that trial.
From verdict to prison to freedom.
This is just crazy.
Now, one final twist for the man accused. Dateline Friday.
President Trump has signed a new law that rolls back internet privacy rules that were passed under the Obama administration. No longer will internet providers be required to get your permission before selling your internet browsing history to marketers. But will your internet surfing really be fair game? Here's NBC's Tom Costello.
The last time you shopped online for a pair of shoes, did the ads follow you for days or even weeks? Well, your internet provider knows far more about your browsing habits than Google, Facebook, or Amazon. And now that provider can legally sell that information without your permission. Privacy advocates are so outraged, Adam McElhaney has raised over $200,000 on a GoFundMe page to buy the internet histories of members of Congress who passed the law.
And I think that really sends a signal that people are very upset that their data is not theirs anymore.
But it's unlikely internet companies would ever sell personal browsing histories because they're still required to protect customer privacy. Presumably names, addresses, social security numbers. Only anonymous browsing information could be sold. But privacy experts warn that may not be enough.
Somebody with a sophisticated program and algorithm could find out who you are just by these breadcrumbs that are lying around about you on the internet.
The nation's biggest internet providers insist that they're committed to protecting customer privacy because we value their trust. But if you're still concerned, security experts suggest limit your web browsing to HTTPS sites. The S stands for secure. Call your internet provider and opt out of targeted marketing. And if you're really concerned, pay for a VPN, a virtual private network, which puts your web surfing in a secure bubble. But VPNs can also disable some sites like video streaming. The bottom line, most Americans will simply have to trust that their internet providers are keeping their privacy promises. Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.
We're back in a moment with an internet mega merger. Could it mean having to change your email address?
Flonase Allergy Relief delivers more complete relief. Flonase helps block 6 key inflammatory substances that cause all your symptoms, including nasal congestion and itchy, watery eyes. Flonase is an allergy nasal spray that works even beyond the nose, so you can enjoy every beautiful moment to the fullest. Flonase. 6 is greater than 1, changes everything.
Your brain changes as you get older, but Prevagen helps your brain with an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
Beyond is a natural pet food that goes beyond assuming ingredients are safe to knowing they are. Going beyond expectations because our pets deserve it. Beyond, natural pet food.
You need one of these.
You couldn't put up with an umbrella that covers you part way. So when it comes to pain relievers, why put up with just part of a day? A leaf leaves whole, not part.
I'll give it to you for half off.
If you use denture paste instead of Seabond seals, your dentures may not hold as strong all day. Only Seabond has gradual release technology, so it holds 75% stronger all day versus the legal paste without the ooze. Seabond, stronger hold all day.
Every sip of palm pure pomegranate juice unleashes powerful antioxidants. Humongous, hulking, free radical hammering antioxidants. Palm Wonderful. Crazy healthy.
When life runs smoothly, it follows a rhythm all of its own. But if diarrhea knocks you off course, Imodium AD provides fast relief to soothe your diarrhea symptoms. Now available in a soft gel. Imodium. Live life in rhythm.
Searching for a hotel online is pretty much like this. Some deals fly right past you, and you'll never see them again. And some just don't fit. With Trivago,
You're in charge. Simply choose what's important to you and find what you want. Trivago makes sure you see the deals you care about, so you can find your ideal hotel for the best price. Hotel Trivago.
North Carolina weather. It can drive you crazy, right? Elizabeth Gardner to the rescue. Help choosing your outfit? How about a forecast every 10 minutes? What's happening in your neighborhood? Let's go town by town. It's like a personalized forecast just for you. When storms hit, Elizabeth is calm and reassuring, keeping your family safe. It's my #1 priority. Weather with Elizabeth. Another reason to rise and shine with WRAL News. Mornings 4:30 to 7.
Two big stories from the business world to tell you about. Verizon has decided to combine AOL and Yahoo under one new company called Oath. But if you have an AOL or a Yahoo email account, they're not expected to change. And Payless Shoe Source has filed for bankruptcy protection, deciding to close 400 stores as it struggles to compete with online stores. And celebrations tonight in the Carolinas. The North Carolina Tar Heels won their 6th NCAA championship in a thriller over Gonzaga, a day after South Carolina won the women's championship over Mississippi State. When we come back, North Korea's highest profile defector in decades, living life, always looking over his shoulder.
Why pause a spontaneous moment? Cialis for daily use treats ED and the urinary symptoms of BPH. Tell your doctor about your medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have a sudden decrease or loss of hearing or vision or an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis.
traffic is backed up. There's an accident on the freeway that has to be cleared yet.
When heartburn hits,
fight back fast with Tums Smoothies. It starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
Working on my feet all day gave me pain here.
In my knees.
So I stepped on this machine and got my number, which matched my Dr. Scholl's custom-fit orthotic insert. So I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My knee pain.
Find a machine at drscholls.com.
A jet engine that can fix itself. Is that the work of wizards? Yes. Technical wizards, who with the visionary engineers at GE developed Predicts, giving plane engines the ability to self-diagnose problems and alert those who can fix them. And that's no illusion. Magic can't make digital transformation happen, but we can. That's the power of Pivotal, part of Dell Technologies.
If the denture were to be put under a microscope, we can see all the bacteria that still exists. Polident's unique microclean formula works in just 3 minutes, killing 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria for a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture every day.
Before I had the shooting, burning of diabetic nerve pain, these feet jumped into city life as a kid and kept my town moving. But I couldn't bear my diabetic nerve pain any longer. So I talked to my doctor and he prescribed Lyrica. Lyrica may cause serious allergic reactions or suicidal thoughts or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these new or worsening depression or unusual changes in mood or behavior, or swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or blurry vision. Common side effects are dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, and swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who have had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
Now I have less diabetic nerve pain.
Ask your doctor about Lyrica.
The run is over for Patricia Jones.
Near Waco, Texas.
The cults were infamous. Suicide, their crimes captivating.
Charles Manson is...
Decades later, we talk to those who lived through it. Our special series, this week on Today.
Finally, last night we introduced you to a high-ranking North Korean defector who could potentially share the deadly fate that has befallen others who defied Kim Jong-un. Tae Young-ho is the deputy North Korean ambassador to the UK when he defected along with his wife and sons. We met on the crowded streets of Seoul, flanked by security agents whose identities we've agreed to mask. And it's where he talked about the recent airport assassination of Kim Jong-un's half-brother and the expectation he could be next. We're out in public right now. Are you afraid for your safety at this moment?
Oh, at this moment, I don't think so, because, there are many security, the officers around, the me. But anything can happen, you see, even the half-brother of North Korean, the leader Kim Jong-un was assassinated in a public place like airport,
How did you react to that?
At that time, when I heard that story, I was not surprised at all.
Do you think Kim Jong-un ordered his death?